Oh, yes, indeed. Did you think I was going anywhere? No. I'm still here and I'm getting better and I'm getting stronger. And we are here to do a heavy metal Thanksgiving for y'all, but in a much, much different type of way. So, this is the time where you guys need to share this out anywhere and everywhere there is a metal lover, because not only are we going to be giving you what our holiday playlist looks like for this coming Thanksgiving, we want y'all to do it as well. Ooh, excuse me. My goodness. Dinner biting back. Gotta love it. But that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We have chosen, man, there's so many songs, but still 5 from each of us, myself and the Defiler. And we are going to talk about what you would see on our holiday playlist to get through Thanksgiving. I mean, there are movies, TV shows dedicated to showing some of the most fucked up situations that you could possibly fucking imagine at a Thanksgiving Day table, including family members and family members you haven't seen in a long time. So what metal songs are going to get you through it? We'll get to that in just a moment, but I do believe it's Tuesday, brother. Ain't it?
Yep.
Well, you know what that means. Unholy Testicle Tuesday.
I fucking love Austin Powers.
How can you not have it? Oh, what's up, Lizzie? Mortimer Deadfellow in the house, perching out of the crypt, as it were. And of course, Rebecca with us also. Hell's fucking yeah. And yep, I still have not loaded it up yet, and that is my fault. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. We do need to run this because I have an update. One quick commercial from our sponsors over at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. That's right. When the biggest, the baddest tattoo convention comes to your state, your city, your town, you have got to get down there and get a high quality tattoo from some of the best in the country. And as of January, I will be there. And I forget what city, so I am so sorry about that. But as we get closer, I will definitely let you know. The Unholy One will be there yet again. All right. So what do we have for them first? What is the first track that you want to pick for your holiday playlist?
I celebrate Thanksgiving as in I'm thankful for my family and everything else, not for what happened during the time that it happened. So there's that. I'm not a political person, but I do believe there is some things that happened in our history that kind of fucked up. And my first song is kind of depicts that. It's Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
Hells yeah.
I mean, the first lyric in is white man came across the seas. So That kind of gives you what, and that starts the whole thing there. So, and it's just a classic metal song that you can listen to at any time. So,
I was gonna say, what a excellent choice, and some crazy ass shit really did kind of happen when you think about it. The powerful nations once resided on the other side of the pond, as you will, and that song is definitely a great depiction of that. I don't even think of it. I don't even think of this holiday. I haven't thought of it this holiday in that way for many, many years. I think of it more as a way to come together, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be blood related people. It could be friends. It could be their families coming to join with you. More like a brother and sister kind of deal coming together.
That's why I've always.
What's that?
That's the way I've always looked at it too. Even in school, when I was in school, they bring up pilgrims, this and that. Yeah, that's an important thing. Actually show what the hell actually happened instead of just some little happy face pilgrim hopping off of the Mayflower. And
yeah, I particularly enjoyed the parts where they got slaughtered.
Yeah, some fucked up shit happened, man. So.
Well, it's like, what the fuck do you expect? You land on this rock known as USA, and you don't know who's already there.
Yeah. And another thing, they like Christopher Columbus wasn't the first one to find America, neither, motherfuckers. It was the damn Vikings. Get it right.
It was us Vikings. That was my next fucking point.
Rewrite your fucking history book.
Oh, that has been well documented. Well documented.
I don't think they'll ever come off that Christopher Columbus shit.
Probably not. That's okay. You just, this day and age, you never know when history is going to get erased, kept, deleted. I don't know, and I don't fucking care. All I know is run to the hills. I mean, I do care about certain history. Because we can learn from that. But,
either erase history, it'll repeat itself. So
exactly right. So in this case, Run to the Hills is a jam for the fucking ages, man. As soon as that bass line, I mean, lightning fucking speed. It makes you want to, if you're cooking a Thanksgiving dinner, it's definitely going to help you get through it. Besides caffeine and energy drinks and all that shit. So I highly agree with that choice.
Man, it was like when we was talking about this, I was like, that's gonna be my first damn song. That was the first one I wrote down.
Hell yeah. I mean, you could never go wrong with Iron Maiden. Mortimer says, can't beat that one.
Oh no.
He likes the Addams Family version.
There's an Addams Family version?
Apparently.
What the fuck?
I guess we're gonna have to investigate. He says, I've been blasting the hell out of Immigrant Song lately a lot. Yeah, most definitely.
Man,
you got to get onto that.
When I used to work at Walmart, we'd walk out into the shop and we'd do that shit as loud as we could, and we'll turn around and look. There's customers inside the building looking like, what the fuck's going on?
We come from the land of the ice and snow. And then the next thing that I think of is Jack Black, because in the film School of Rock, yeah, he sings that in the van, and I love it every fucking time.
Secretly, every one of us wants a van like that one. Has the fucking mural airbrushed on the side of it, just played with fucking cassette tapes and everything in it, just sit back and just daydream.
It was the epitome of a band vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
all that space. I even think it had a bed in there, for travel, doing gigs and shit. So, of course. Oh, I see what he's saying. Mortimer says how the Adams did Thanksgiving is what I meant. Okay, we totally get you now, brother.
I started saying, there's the Adams Family and Iron Maiden together. That's gonna be kick ass.
Most deaf. And all this talk of Vikings, how could you not have this banger on your playlist as you are preparing for the Feast of All Feasts? I had to pick back into the ore. I know they've caught some flack over this song because people thought that the audience members doing the row with the band instead of pitting like they normally do. I don't give a fuck. This song fucking rocks. It is a jam.
I would have fucking fun doing that shit. I don't. What the fuck? And when the hell else you gonna be with 30 other motherfuckers acting like you rowing a damn Viking boat?
Exactly. I don't see what the fuck your fucking roots, for
fuck
me,
I'm going to have fun.
Exactly right. It's got a fucking I mean, it's fucking beating into your head the whole time. And when I think of people in the kitchen, trying to get this feast together. Ah, crap. Okay, I'm back. My shit went crazy.
I thought it was me, so I switched to my Wi-Fi.
Nah, I don't think it was you. It was probably me. But nonetheless, I think that it's a great unity song. So that's why I put it on my list.
Yeah, man, I love Almond Amarth. I have for a long time. One of my favorite songs they just did was they come out a few years ago. It's Father of the Wolf. The beginning of they sitting there. He's reading from the book, like a Book of the Dead type thing, and then Loki appears and Thor comes. It's one of my favorite songs.
Fuck yeah! Or Twilight of the Thunder God.
Yep. Guardian of the
Asgard. Oh, that's funny. Lizzie says, "Nice moves."
What, my Mr. Miyagi?
Wax on, wax off.
Wax off. Do you know that's not his real voice?
Say what?
I watched the interview with the actor the other day. Like, the Mr. Miyagi voice isn't his real voice. He just come up with it. He said he don't know where it came from. It just happened. No shit.
Marita?
Yeah. Mr. Miyagi? Yeah. That deep, raspy voice he does is not his real voice.
Interesting. Okay. I'll take
it. Anyway.
Mortimer says it's the Pilgrims Pirates of podcasts trying to stop you guys.
Pilgrim Pirates. That'd be...
Nah. Oh, man, trust me. I have a lot to talk about come Saturday about censorship.
I can't do what I was going to do on this show. This is the decent show.
Exactly right. But we'll talk about censorship then. No, right now we're just fighting Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Your next pick, brother.
Mine is I have 3 songs that's going to play on this theme. I'm sorry, it just happened. My next one is Indians by Anthrax. It's just, I don't know. It still plays on the same thing. That's the fucked up shit that happened back then, which I know this song talks about the stuff in later years. But it was around the same concept that they was treated like shit. So,
well, talk about how the song goes.
Yeah, he talks about they're seeing them in black and white. That everyone sees them in black and white, and that's exactly how I kind of feel about it. Like, they're just they're just a gray area that nobody pays attention to. Nobody gives a shit about. To me, it feels like they're ancient history to everybody, so they don't care.
Nah, just as prevalent today as always. That's the way I feel. We're celebrating it so much more now, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
I'm talking about like the Native Americans, how they're treated and stuff still today. That's what I was talking about. But,
Right.
Yeah. But
so is it a fast tune? Is it a slow tune?
This one's real fast. If you know Anthrax, you know Anthrax. It's aggressive. This was off of that album. That was one of I think their heaviest and fastest song off of that album. It's the epitome of Anthrax and thrash. I'm not a very big Anthrax fan, so if you hear me giving them praise on something, then you know something.
There's a reason.
Oh yeah. Like I said before, I think Creator should have replaced Anthrax in the Big Four, but that's a different day.
Oh no, absolutely. And that's great to know. Lizzie says, in this house we care. Mortimer says, well, brother, I care for sure. I'm also Choctaw. Hell yeah. And that's why I feel, the fact that we are doing a much better job these days, celebrating the great traditions. And
I feel like it's like you said, it's coming out there. Like it's definitely out in the light very much more than it was, say 20, 30 years ago. So
exactly. All right. So for my next pick, trying to see where I want to go. Also because obviously it's a very blasphemous household that I run. But with this pick, though, this one kind of, I don't know, speaks to me more of the chaos of when you have the family over and, you got to tend to, if your grandma and your grandpa are still around, aunts, uncles, and the chaos of all the kids getting together. And obviously they're wanting to game it up. Maybe they're watching football, and you're the one that's kind of like not into all the typical Thanksgiving stuff. And you suddenly develop a little bit of Paranoid by Black Sabbath. This has always been on my playlist every time at Thanksgiving. Even going back to when I was a kid, because that was just a song that kind of got me through the chaos of that. And then finally you get to eat and then pass the fuck out.
On the Black Sabbath, like you said, Black Sabbath has always been one of my escape bands. I just go through some shit, I throw in Black Sabbath, just let it go. Go off in my own little world and just let it be.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for all occasions, but definitely is still to this very day on my playlist for getting through the holiday. Absolutely, Brother Mortimer. Legendary.
I don't think, except for the exception, maybe one album. So I don't think there's going to be anything from Black Sabbath that isn't ever going to be legendary.
Very true. Absolutely.
Even Ozzy's solo shit. I mean, it might not be as dark as Black Sabbath was, but it's still.
Oh, trust me, I have an honorable mention for that. That actually does come from Ozzy. I just won't say it yet. All right. Next on your list, brother.
We're gonna go back. I wasn't even born yet, still, but I was being thought about. This is 1990. It's a band we all love, and it's kind of close to our hearts. Cannibal Corpse's "The Undead Will Feast." Just a typical blood mess, chaotic song. Everybody knows how Cannibal Corpse is. It's your typical Cannibal Corpse song, and it was on their debut album, if I believe, right? I think it was on shit, wasn't that? I forgot the name of their debut album. Damn it.
I mean, here it's pictured as a single. So I would have to do a little bit more digging to find out. Actually, I'll look that up right now.
Eating Back to Life. It was on Eating Back to Life.
There we go.
I knew it was eating something or another. I just couldn't get the rest of it.
Right? I mean, when it comes to Cannibal Corpse, the idea of flesh being eaten for those that are meat eaters, there's no better fucking legendary death metal band that doesn't bring the elements of ripping and tearing into a turkey. Opinion.
That album cover itself explains for it's all. It's a zombie ripping its own guts out and eating it. I mean,
well, I mean, here in the Morgrat universe that we live in, when it comes to what is watched, after the big meal, the first thing I want to do is watch horror. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a big football fan. It's not something I consistently watch. It's not something I have to watch. So for me, it's like,
I used to be.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I kind of got burnt out on it. It's same shit every time. Same people running down the fucking field after a ball. I mean, it gets boring after a while.
It's I don't know. To me, first of all, football is not what it used to be. I mean, if you're watching college football, I think that's way more exciting.
They still got something to prove in college.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make a fucking name for themselves, so they're gonna damn near knock somebody out.
Exactly.
NFL, they done made it. They changed regulations on it, and they bitchified it. So
takes me back to that South Park episode where they come up with sarcastaball. Because nobody wants to get a head injury, yada yada yada. So the kids are all pussified, like you said. But yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. Mortimer's got a good one. First one from the attic section there. His honorable mention is Wasp. Is there a particular song?
They're in Nashville right fucking now playing at the Ryman Auditorium.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before going on air. Motherfucker.
Yeah. My dad's across the street at the Bridgestone Arena at a concert, and I'd be damned if Wasp been across the street.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be there? Lizzie says Aaron's not into football either, and I'm thankful for that. You see,
the only time I'm into football is, like I said, college. I'm Tennessee. Like, if I was born and raised in Tennessee, everybody fucking knows this shit. But if I was gonna pick somebody, it's gonna be a Tennessee team. Rebecca's is the Clemson Tide from fucking South Carolina. Or not Clemson Tide, but the Clemson Tigers from South Carolina. I kind of mixed Alabama up. The only time I'm into football is when them two teams play each other, and me and her get to sit there and talk shit to each other the entire time. Other than that, I don't like football.
Which is okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to mention traditions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Growing up for me, that was the day that you had to help mom with the tree.
Yeah.
Because it was like when Thanksgiving dinner was done, it was time to put up that fucking tree.
That's what it was in my house growing up.
Well, I mean, in my household, though, the tree is up year round. It's black and it's covered in all of the great horror icons. There's some metal in there as well, because I mean, you just have to, because horror and metal go together. I don't know about everybody out there in the attic section, but that's just how we roll. So yeah, the games just never big part of especially in my adulthood, not a big part. Unless I was going over to my aunt's house for that, and I haven't done that in 100 years. So yay! Mortimer says blind in Texas, and I want to be somebody. And animal F like a beast. I could absolutely agree with you. Those are three banger of a fucking tune from Wasp. They are actually three of my favorites. They are
Wild
fantastic.
Child will always be my favorite one.
That's a good one too.
That's
Really
all
is.
that Wild Child and Blind in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Agreed all the way around. Rebecca goes Clemson Tigers. Big
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. She commented that their damn colors down there too. Damn it.
I seen it.
Anyway,
But playing on the horror aspect of the holidays for me, I couldn't go wrong
oh,
with Cradle of Filth, and the song English Fire.
that the Fentamine was my first Cradle of Filth song.
Mm-hmm. And it has been for a lot of folks. But
It's,
English Fire talks about kind of like a great feast. It's very dark and very nasty and full of gore, just the way we like it from Cradles. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I need to put a little bit more horror into my playlist, and it's on there, of course. But definitely something I think is essential for your playlist this holiday season.
oh,
It's black metal, but it's goth metal at the same token. You get all the, it's a bit heavy, obviously, but with the backing female vocals along with Danny's signature, witch scream. I think it's perfect for anyone's playlist this holiday season.
what I was doing before we went on the air. Like I was sitting there watching. I'll watch interviews with like different bands and stuff like that because I'm writing interviews and it just helps me get different ways of doing things. And I was watching a Danny Filth interview, and like I watched that. Then I watched the Born in the Burial Grounds music video. He's got that big fangs and the makeup and just doing everything vampire. It looks so fucking killer.
Oh man. I mean, Cradle of Filth is another one of those bands that I think they're great for any playlist, like at all times.
Oh yeah.
I was looking for some classic tunes that were more feast oriented. There's a couple off of Dusk and Her Embrace, I think, also would go on to a playlist of this magnitude. So, hell yeah.
My next one is gonna be. It's shocking. It's not by an American band. It's by an Australian band. Um, and it's called Killing Season by The Art Is Murder. This song kind of hits close to home because it's about President Andrew Jackson, who was from Tennessee, forcing Cherokee Indians out of the eastern lands across the Mississippi River. And I actually live close to the area where the original Trail of Tears happened. So and it's your typical deathcore. It's heavy, it's brutal. CJ does such a damn good job on the vocals. Like, it's gnarly as hell. So, and everybody knows I'm a deathcore fan, so I had to throw some deathcore in there.
Well, and I think you picked an excellent band to put on there. I've always dug Thy Art Is Murder just as a band. I haven't really heard the new stuff.
I haven't listened to them since they put CJ out.
Yeah, I think that's true for a lot of folks.
I mean, I get the reason they did it.
Well, sure.
But then again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And you're in a fucking metal band. Just suck it up and deal with it. You can all have your
Well,
differences.
metal
I know.
bands were a lot. I think it was easier for them to get certain points of view across. And it was more about being against the machine. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, this one was a little bit more personal. So, yeah, nothing says career killer than that. But
No,
as
I'm
a
not
band,
saying.
though, they've given us some great, great freaking songs. And this is a good one. I
I'm
absolutely
not
do.
saying I agree with CJ. I'm just saying just suck it up. Just go on, do your shit
Separate the music from the
from
artist.
the person. Yep.
Yes, that is what we are trying to say. Let's see here. Mortimer says honorable mention for Kyler. For Kyler, well, where is
Where the hell's Kyler been?
it? Damn it. Danzig Mother. Could not agree more. What a fantastic song. And an even better video. If you go back and check it out. But yeah, it's the classic tale of boyfriend comes to pick up, girlfriend from mommy and daddy, and mommy and daddy don't like them. How many times do we encounter that on a Thanksgiving day? And dad's like, I have the carving knives. Do you really want
Okay.
to with me? you know, excellent choice, excellent song though, brother Mortimer. And to everyone out there watching right now in the Morgrot universe, feel free to chime in with your choices for a Thanksgiving, excuse me, playlist. My goodness. All right. Let me see. This t-shirt really kind of put the world on fire, I think, when it came out. And again, Thanksgiving Day is one of those days when people go to the movie theater. Not just, on Christmas, but they also do it on Thanksgiving as well, because not much is open at that point. So what is there to do as a teenager? Go to the movie theater. Do you really want to see a somber tale? Something very family oriented? No, you want to see carnage. And when I thought about this song by a band that the Defiler had brought up earlier, I was like, this is the epitome of badassery and horror. Cannibal Corpses submerged in boiling flesh. So as we see here, you see this poor fellow about to be put into human soup. And that's exactly what this song is about. Anything from anytime you see somebody who's being hoisted into a big pot, that you're either going to be consumed or some kind of an untimely death. And how many times when we're making a Thanksgiving dinner do we accidentally burn ourselves in a very, very bad way? Maybe you have some boiling water splash up on you, or accidentally stick your fist in it.
My
I don't
thing's
know.
always touching the damn rack in the oven. Every fucking
That
time.
is a curse. That is a true curse amongst us men who are taller. And sometimes, because we have longer arms, we misjudge height ratio, and you get burnt by the fucking oven. I am included in that party. I can't tell you how many times. It sucks.
Fuck yeah.
Who primarily does the cooking over there for Thanksgiving?
It's back and forth. Me and her, kind of we share things, even cooking. She'll cook one day, sometimes I'll cook a couple days. It's just back and forth. So,
Mm.
but this year we're going to my dad's, so that's going to be fun.
Ah, nothing
There's,
like stepping out of the domicile for a little extra fun.
yeah, I could see some of my family did Thursdays. That'd be all right. At least I get along with all of them.
I mean, yeah, that always helps. But even sometimes when you get along with them, it's still you people a little too much. You're ready to like descent back to your cave.
Oh yeah, especially because I got to work Friday too. I'm gonna be there for a little while, and I'm
Oh,
coming back home.
hell no. Oh, man, on Black Friday?
Yeah,
No. Man, I hope nobody fucking like tries to gang up on your truck.
I don't give a damn. I don't know. I don't own it. They can do whatever they want to.
I love it. Yeah. And that's this song that Lizzie just reminded us of is the epitome of dealing with family members on this particular day. And it is, oops, wrong one. Let me try again. There we go. Lizzie says, Marilyn Manson's Arma goddamn motherfucking getting. And that is exactly how it feels sometimes
Yep.
on this day when dealing with other family members. Personally, I would rather just sit in my chair and watch horror. That's me. Rebecca says, when I was in my emo angst as a preteen, I would play from first to last, Ride the Wings of Pestilence a lot, especially during the family events I did show up to. Yep, I feel that. And she gives us a lyric, I believe. I've been dreaming about you in a pool of with your eyes gouged out by the work of my thumbs for this reason right there, to get through the bullshit comments from the family. As much of us, alternative folk is the way I like to call it. Yeah, that's typically. I mean, for
That's
me,
before.
it was the fact that I was all long haired and big mutton chop sideburns and all that shit.
That's before he lost his balls and become Skrillex.
Wait, who?
The lead singer from First to Last.
Mm.
He's the guy that becomes Skrillex. I can't remember his damn name.
I did not know. Shit.
Yep.
Little history lesson there.
Well, if emo kids ever had balls, he'd probably be the one that had them. But
That's one phase I can honestly say I never went through.
I mean, I didn't really go through emo phase. I listened to shit like Good Charlotte and stuff back in the day, but I don't know if you call it an emo phase. I just call it a sign of the times phase, I guess.
Hell yeah. All right. I think we're already up to your final pick.
This doesn't have anything really to do with killings, shockingly. But this time of the year is all about, like, I grew up in a farm town, so every time this year you see everybody doing their thing. They're harvesting, they're getting in the crops for the year. And that's actually the name of the song. My next one is Harvest by Nightwish. It's your typical slow, good Nightwish song. But I don't really know how to explain it past that. If you know Nightwish, you know what you're getting into. So,
Well, and a lot of folks don't look at this as the harvest season. I guess you would say your typical, whatever society calls normal.
yeah.
But even as early in this country's history, this was the time of harvest because obviously everybody relied on growing your own crops and was much a pagan celebrated thing. So I feel that pick right there definitely is so appropriate and just an all around great band. Talk about how the music.
Like I said, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just typical Nightwish for me. It has, I don't know how to explain it. I went blank on this one. It's not really a fast song. It's a typical slow leading into their harmonizing and everything. The way her voice was. I can't remember who the vocalist was on this song though. I have it. I think I can't remember if it was Tara, if it's Floor, but I'm looking it up now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. I'm torn on Nightwish. I love their original stuff too. But I also think Floor has her own way of doing her vocals that make it just a little bit better in my opinion. I think her
Yeah,
voice is
definitely for a female fronted band.
yeah.
Nightwish has so many awesome tunes,
You
and like
know,
you said, out there, the Morgrunt universe, they're a little bit more laid back. They're heavy in their own right.
yeah, they're
Um,
heavy and I don't know if you really call them goth metal, which I guess you could.
I think they do fall into
They
that
they
category.
they have that element of like the flutes and the pianos and everything with it. So they have that. They're maybe touching on it, but Tara is the vocalist on this one. Um, Now, for me, her vocals were still traditional opera to me. She had that kind of little bit
Yeah,
deepness to it, and she'd hit it out. Whereas Floor is just a powerhouse vocalist. She belts it out and just let whatever come. But
hell yeah. Oh, let's see here. Rebecca says, my grandma told me I was going to hell next to of my cousin after we got our nails done because oh yeah. Then took me to Hot Topic and questioned why I wanted something with stars and not guns. Wow, yeah, that's very uncomfortable. But nobody can try to set you straight like Nana.
I don't think
I think many of
that's
us
what.
have been through this once or twice.
So my grandparents were accepting of who I was. It was my mom I had to get past.
Mm. Well, and it always kind of seemed like, you just kind of knew, don't embarrass me. Kind of thing. If you're not
Yeah.
looking perfect, then you know.
Oh
And then
yeah.
everyone's sitting around talking about, oh, Johnny's doing this and Sally's doing that. It's like, who fucking cares, man?
No, the biggest thing I would tell I could tell my family this now, like parts of my family, because most of their kids are on drugs, and I just want to look at least I'm not a fucking drug addict.
You see,
And
and
that's
it's
exactly all the point.
sad that this day and age, that's
I
one of
don't.
the biggest
I know it's.
accomplishments you can have.
I know addiction is a disease. I'm not talking shit on nobody that
Right.
has an addiction. That's not what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is like y'all always want to put me down for being how I was, but look at your kid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's the reason I don't talk to that part of my family anymore.
Exactly. Yes. So, for my final pick, I got to give a little bit more of blasphemy because I just feel like this song in particular just has a great overall feel, the feel of struggle and rising up from all of that that we've been talking about. And Shit. Hold on. I thought the song title was on the slide, but it wasn't.
I'm gonna let you say it, but I think I know. I don't know if I know the song you're talking about or not. I'm just gonna let you do it.
I think you probably do know it. I just want to double check.
Yep, I think I might know what he's talking about. But I'm gonna let him.
That's it. Unchain My Soul by Dark
Yep.
Funeral. It's like breaking the chains of tyranny. So I think on a Thanksgiving playlist, this is mucho appropriate, not just in its satanic overtones, but shit. Actually, let's put it there. The fact that you're breaking the chains of being oppressed by all of those that disagree with your way of life when joining everybody for a Thanksgiving meal. It is super heavy. It is black metal-y goodness that you could possibly expect from Dark Funeral. Very heavy, blast be delicious. But the one thing I love about this song the most is that opening guitar lick, because even though it goes through what I call the levels of speed and heaviness, it's like that riff is a constant riff as the drums are slowly getting faster and faster and faster. And I love that because, it's like when you finally get to the blast beat, you feel as though you have stepped into the abyss, and it is wonderful.
It's definitely that, like you said, it's epitome of satanic. So that's all that's all it really needs on it. It just needs that there and just go with it for the rest of the day.
I mean, honestly, Lucifer is with us always. So it wouldn't surprise anybody, I think, to show up on most of our playlists as the ultimate give them the finger kind of thing to the main dark thing. All those fucking goddamn Lifetime films that, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Every
You're
fucking
trying to show
Hallmark
something that doesn't.
Every fucking Hallmark film is the same. It's a chick that goes home for a fucking holiday, gets turned on by some random dude, and can't live without the motherfucker. That's every Hallmark movie ever.
And it's always a townie. It's somebody from town who
you couldn't have fell in love with this motherfucker 20 years ago before you left and just fucking stayed there.
Oh, but he reminded me of how things can be, how simple they can be. It's like that is not what happens at Thanksgiving. Maybe for like kids coming home, let's say, they were out in college or whatever, and they're on winter break or Thanksgiving break. I can see that. But that is not the portrait of what most family holidays actually look like.
They for damn sure ain't in town for no week. They're there for that day. They're gone. Like,
right. Come in, eat your food, fuck up your household, piss somebody off, get drunk.
Oh yeah, it's going to sound really country. It's going to sound really country of me, but you're going to show up, raise hell, and praise Dale in the South. That's what's going to fucking happen.
I could not agree more on that. Yeah, Lizzie, yes. It's all propaganda and it's bad for you. It is, man. I would rather, Mortimer says, my Thanksgiving movies are Trains, Planes, and Automobiles and Dutch. Yeah, because that was kind of like the first time I think film actually made shit look how it really goes. You know, that's why I kind of took a stab at Hallmark for a second, because I'm like, you know, I would much rather be rocking out, you know, to Some Merciful Fate, and all the other great metal bands, and that's my way. That and fucking horror movies, then fucking watch that Hallmark shit that tries to say, oh, this is like so heartwarming, you know. I'm like, you know, it doesn't go down like that. They're always like, oh, well, where's so and so? Oh, they're in prison.
That's the reason my favorite,
They're in a
favorite.
treatment center right now. They couldn't make it for dinner. Oh, well, good for them.
There's only one Christmas movie I can relate to, and that's fucking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah, totally.
We're gonna be the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
Absolutely.
I do.
You know,
I do have a
for me,
couple
it's the
honorable
Addams
mentions.
Family.
Do I?
What's that?
I said I do have a couple honorable mentions whenever we get to that. So.
Oh yeah, we're about to.
Okay.
For me, it was, you know, Addams Family Values, and Die Hard.
The fact that Die Hard is a Christmas movie is fucking hilarious, man.
Oh, and let's not forget that uber independent film known as Santa's Sleigh.
We watched
anything that was, because you know they always start showing all the Christmas films way too fucking early.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch all the ones that are just diabolical. Because
Violent Night.
Yep, Violent Night.
I love it. Well, I watched it last year for the first time, and the guy that plays is the one that plays the sheriff in damn Stranger Things, and I think he did so damn good in that movie.
Let's not forget Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
Which is just a fucking Christmas classic. As well as the film by Eli Roth. Finally, I shouldn't say finally, because there's some other really good Thanksgiving films, but that are horror films. But the film Thanksgiving, it's on fucking Netflix right now. If you don't think that film is going to get played and worn the fuck out this Thursday, you're out of your fucking mind. It's carnage candy. It is awesome. Just a fantastic horror film. So definitely check that out. Hey, what's up there, Gary Dondo? Hopefully you enjoyed your birthday. It's time for some honorable mentions.
I have 3, and I know most people don't really listen to deathcore. You're getting introduced to deathcore, so I did 3 deathcore songs. One is by a band from the Netherlands called Distant. And the song is called False Gods. Mm-hmm. It's one of their earlier songs, and it's nasty. Like, it's guttural, it's goblin growls, it's a little bit of everything. It's just nasty. The next one's gonna be do what?
I said we like nasty.
The next one is going to be in the same realm as that. It's a band from Canada called A Brand of Sacrifice.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar with them.
And the song is Demon King. And I seen them live in Little Rock, Arkansas. They was on tour with Lorna Shore when I seen them there, and like this song, like they played stuff from their new album, which is called Dynasty. It was new at the time. I think this was last year or year before last. But that song live is fucking killer. And it's one of their earlier songs, and it's kind of one of the songs that kind of made them get the status that they got. My last one.
Gotcha.
My last one is going to be probably my favorite deathcore band. Everybody knows it's Lorna Shore, and it's going to be "And I Return to Nothingness." So,
how did I know?
I mean, I can't help
With
it.
that, man.
I
Nothing wrong
found
with
them
that.
before. I found Lorna Shore before they got like real big. I found them on TikTok. It's right when they released "To the Hellfire," and the TikTok popped up where Will does that gnarly ass pig squeal he did for the music video. And
Right.
then I started following them on there. Then probably about I don't even know if it was a month later, it popped up said they was going to be in Memphis. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go see them." I seen them in a little small venue, this real personal venue, and I was like, "Yep." And I've been hooked on it ever since. So,
Hell
but
yeah.
that's 3 deathcore introduction bands. If you want to go there, Distant is going to blow your fucking mind. I've seen them live too in the same venue as in Memphis. They're called Growlers. They're insane.
Well, I think for the Thanksgiving season, I would have to definitely include the Great Merciful Fate.
Yep.
And that would be A Dangerous Meeting. Because, all the family members getting together, you just don't know which way it's going to go. So even though that's not exactly what the song is about, it's, if you fuck around with, a Ouija board or a seance and you don't have any occult training, you're going to be fucked. Well, let's put it this way. If your mental health is not in check, you might be mentally fucked when you get to Thanksgiving dinner.
So we're mentally fucked anyways.
Exactly. Another one that I definitely recommend, and because I knew that my brother Defiler is a big deathcore fan, Whitechapel is one of my old-time favorites. So I chose A Blood-Soaked Symphony.
Oh yeah,
that's just kind of.
I think Whitechapel was everybody's deathcore introduction.
Probably. Well, I opened up for him many moon ago, so I that's a song that I've always felt good about, and it just kind of reminds me of. I've seen some knockout, drag out freaking Thanksgiving meals, and I think that song is very appropriate.
And mine would be, if I was going to pick for the Thanksgiving, would be Possession.
Yep. Nope, that's a good one as well. Most Def. Let's see if I could think of one more. Probably Slayer's Angel of Death.
I think if I was going to pick a Slayer song, it'd probably, if I had to, it ain't going to be my first choice of anything. It'd be Raining Blood.
Nothing wrong with that one as well. For me, there's just something about the Angel of Death song, because not only is it so heavy, so shredderific, very balls to the wall thrash that you expect from the original lineup. It's the fact that it was the one song that was censored so much. Like, they tried to get rid of that song. The record company wanted to get rid of that song, the whole 9 yards, and they fought through. They got the song on the record, and it's just the epitome of badassery when it comes to thrash. So I have to go with that one.
That's like Slipknot's Purity. That song was supposed that they tried to censor the shit out of that song.
Yeah.
And then
I chose Heretic Anthem.
Oh yeah. Mine would be from Slipknot. Probably be People Equal Shit.
Yeah. I knew that was.
And it's like System of the Down. If you listen, like Chop Suey wasn't supposed to be called Chop Suey.
Right.
The original name of that song was Suicide. Mm-hmm. And the record label censored it on it. So if you listen to it when the first comes on, it says like Roll Suicide or something like that. Then they go into the song. that's
That's
kind of how
right.
they said, "Fuck y'all, we're still gonna do it." So
And there's a lot of really good bands like that. Not just the extreme metal bands, but metal bands across the way have all been censored at one time or another. But they always end up on playlists like that
yep,
because they get you in the mood to party, which is why my last honorable mention I think is so appropriate from the Godfather of Metal, Straight to Hell, off his last record. That song for a 70-some-year-old man, and he's just belting that shit out like a fucking champ. Ozzy really did a nice job on that. And how many times when you're at a Thanksgiving dinner and people are starting to drink, they're drinking wine all day, somebody starts cracking the beers, maybe some liquor finds its way in there. Uncle Mort is chilling out with his Jameson in the corner. Next thing you know, a fight happens, like an argument, and I'm just like, I can hear that song "Straight to Hell" as the soundtrack for what happens next.
I think that the one he just released called "Crack Cocaine." I think for his age, he's still doing pretty damn good with vocals considering what he's going through.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, he's 75.
Yeah,
75. Still the metal king.
but the day he dies, I'm gonna cry like a bitch. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
you know, it will most definitely. I mean, he was the reason that I got into metal through
Exactly.
Black Sabbath. It was Iron Man. It was hearing those words. Everyone talks about the soundtrack of your life, and I actually think that maybe next week that'll be our the thing that we'll do is putting together what the soundtrack of your life up to this point would be. I think that's a great idea because
Yeah.
literally everyone I think has that. So, I think we've definitely outlined a great metal Thanksgiving playlist to get you through this psychotic holiday.
Well, it goes into some dark
Everybody
places,
says
but it tells history.
exactly. It's the reason I say it's psychotic because this is like the warm up for the big show. All of us here at the Morgrad Entertainment, we celebrate Yule, so there is no Christmas for us. But the big show is Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
And that's usually the worst. But in recent years, it's been this thing we call Thanksgiving during the harvest season. That it's the warm up fight to the big main event. So I literally put myself when I was putting this playlist together on my end. I was like thinking about all the worst Thanksgiving dinners I've been to, where I mean it's really a introduction to like Rebecca had said, being a
Yeah.
preteen. Like that's a warm up to real life, right fucking there from that dinner. It shows you just how dysfunctional things can be,
So, like,
and
my
the
thing is,
pressure
like,
thrown in there.
I put my list together on my lunch break, so I did this in like 30 minutes today. But like, I just
You
think about
see?
it because as a kid, my Thanksgivings was always good because like all my family used to come around, and even like Christmas.
Yep.
And to the point, I still say Christmas because that's what I was always used to. But yeah, I celebrate
Right.
Yule, but it's just, Christmas is just easier. But anyways, and to think that
And
like
they spoil crumbs, so it's okay.
once that my grandmother and my mom and my uncle died, like that part of my family that kind of just like cut me off. And I kind of like, well, fuck y'all. But anyways, I just kind of thought about that shit today. I'm like, what would be my list if I was talking to my kid self, I'd listen to, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did. I was like, go in there, put on some Iron Maiden, because I've always been big into history, especially when I was a kid. I loved history. So I took 3 songs that has history to it, and one represents what that time is. So
Absolutely. Lizzie says my soundtrack Weird Al and Green Day.
I just bought a Green
I
Day
love it.
CD at Goodwill that was brand new. Like no shit. It's I bought Dookie at Goodwill and it's brand new. Like there's not a mark on it.
That's hilarious.
I
But
mean, that's the thing. I'm a metalhead, but I love like all kinds of different music. You know what I mean? I think that I respect people's talents from different shit.
oh,
So
sure, absolutely.
as long as it's got a
No,
little bit of heaviness to it.
there's a lot of good songs that are on some of these albums, like Dookie, that you never heard on the radio, and a lot of them are better than
Yeah.
what you heard on the radio. So never judge a book by the mainstream, because the mainstream only pushes what they think is good, not the rest of it. But I honestly, the whole record is very, very good. Mortimer, my brother, Alice Cooper, and Manson. Yeah, absolutely.
Manson for me would be probably Lunchbox.
Oh man, that's a banger of
Or
a tune.
Lunchbox or Get Your Gun, one of the two.
I think another one for me from the earlier Manson days, probably one that doesn't get talked about much, but I've always related to it. And that was Man That You Fear off of Antichrist. It's a very different, darker, you know what I mean? And I honestly, I think it could go on a Thanksgiving playlist as well. Here I am growing up and I'm coming into my own, and I'm going to be the man that you fear. I'm not your little boy or your little girl anymore. You know, I'm turning into what I'm turning into because
Yep.
we figured it out. We
I think
figured out not to fall in line.
I think it used to be called BMG Music or something like that. It was a book my
Yep.
mom used to get through the mail. And
Yep.
like I think her turning point is when she bought me the Marilyn Manson's Eat Me, Drink Me album. And I didn't know
Oh,
nothing about
yeah.
it. I just come home and she bought it. I think that's when she realized like he's not going to fucking change. So I just might as well embrace it.
That album, I don't understand why it didn't do as well as it did, other than people were, I think, missing the heaviness factor.
If I Was
Of
Your Vampire is fucking amazing to me. That's a dark ass song to me.
Oh, dude, it's just a dark album altogether and has like this amazing bluesy, like sad.
I think it was kind of too
on
upbeat. I think it's got a little bit too upbeat because Heart Shaped Glasses is kind of up there.
He just dropped a new track that I need to review.
It's fucking amazing.
I believe it.
It's typical Manson. It starts off slow, but that whole album is gonna be good. I haven't listened to it all the way through yet, but that song is. If you go into it with an open mind and don't try to listen to it for what it is, not what he used to be, then you'll.
Well, and that's the thing. You're getting a healthier, way more fucking sober version of Manson.
That darkness is still there.
Think about what the man has gone through.
Yeah, I seen today he dropped that defamation case today against that old girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I think that's kind of what fueled this album too. Was all the bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
Raise your red flag. That was that was his fuck you to everybody.
and rightfully so, because I think we're reaching a point, hopefully, that you should never take a case lightly, but you can never take one side over the other. You should always go into it, okay, I need to hear both sides. And these things, especially in the media, they get blown up too quick. He's a high profile guy. But anyway, at the end of the day, some people just want those 5 minutes.
I think he's the only person that's been like a fucking target for the last 30 years straight. Like, he's been a target for an entire generation.
Right. And we just glossed over the fact that, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith had some
His voice isn't the
in the
reason.
70s.
His voice isn't the reason they quit. That's the shit that made him quit.
Oh, I guarantee it that's what made him quit. Shit. Hello, Paul Stanley. Gene Simmons. They've had their transgressions also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which
You're not untouchable.
Y'all know Kiss. I have a love for Kiss because that was kind of my introduction to things.
Right.
But Gene always wanted to blame Peter and Ace for every fucking thing. And Gene, you ain't no damn saint neither. You have some shit back there that nobody knows about. It wasn't just Ace.
Starting to. I mean, he just got busted. What the hell's that called? Sexual harassment on a TV show. He was a judge.
Oh, damn.
And you're a 70-some-year-old man talking about, he's supposed to be there judging the talent on the fact that they have talent. And he wouldn't stop talking about how beautiful they were and how sexy they were. It's like, you just creeped out every 20-year-old on the fucking show.
He's got to realize he's that damn old. He's not a sex icon no more. This ain't the fucking 70s and 80s. He was my damn idol when I was a kid. I've looked up to his ass because of money and everything else. You know what I mean? I dressed up as that sumbitch so much when I was a kid. I've spit more fucking fake blood than I can count. But he's got to realize it's a different time now.
Yeah, it's like they ain't back there going, "Hey, lick it up."
No. That's like
not what they're wanting.
Like, there's a radio station I listen to, and they have a like a commercial on there. It's Tommy Lee and Vince Neil talking.
Oh no!
And they're talking about like they had girls. They said they had girls that there'd be girls under the stage doing all kind of nasty shit and everything else. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that just shows that your dick's gonna fall off one of these days. That's all it's gonna. That shit's gonna rot.
Either. Well, yeah, that's kind of the way I see their end. I see Tommy Lee's dick falling off because damn well everybody knows he wants to show it off every chance he gets on Instagram for about 5 minutes. So if you're on Instagram on Thanksgiving, don't be surprised if the fucking Saddlebags McGee is fucking naked again on Instagram. I'm just waiting for it. I can see the headlines now because, Metal Injection, Loudwire, they all go fucking crazy when he does that. And but he's done it so many times now.
It's just like, dude,
they're just
find
like,
a new
look, it's Tommy Lee again. And then, of course, Vince Cheeseburger fucking Neil is going to probably, just die of, death by Big Mac.
I've seen that picture again.
That's how I see their future.
I seen that picture again the other day where they photoshopped him into the abominable snowman's fucking spot. Yep. And every time I see that shit, I think about the program. I fucking die.
Oh my goodness, he nailed it. Mortimer, thank you. Vince does look like cooked butterball turkey. Yes, that is what is being served in your centerpiece. It's really Vince Neil. Thank you all so much for joining us on the pre-launch to the holiday, which is in a couple days. So, most people start prepping tomorrow. So thank you for joining us and choosing us here on Morgrot Entertainment for your pre-Thanksgiving preparation. But don't fret. Tomorrow night, Gobble, gobble, gobble. Reapers Underground returns with the most appropriate way to kick off your pre-Thanksgiving evening with the great Turkey Man of Troma. Otherwise, we know him as Dustin Hausner. He will be joining me as we talk about his great career and all the cool things that he's done with Troma, as well as his upcoming projects. And he wants to count down his 5 favorite Thanksgiving horror classics. So join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for that. And also this Thursday, we're gonna talk about some serial killers. Yes, some true crime as we welcome offbeat horror to Reapers Underground. So you knew it had to be a double shot Reapers Underground week, of course, in epic fashion. So join us Thursday night at 8 p.m. CST. Friday night, oh, it gets better. If Black Friday hasn't completely cashed you out, that's what I was trying to say. And you need a little pick-me-up. Join us, my brother Mortimer Deadfellow and myself, as we count down a top 10 must Thanksgiving horror films. It's going to be a blast. And then Saturday night, after all the hoopla has gone to the fucking wayside, it's time to sin. Are you ready to sin? I know I am. Join me, the temptress of sin herself, Sydney, as well as the Defiler, as we will be counting down some more awesome goddamn list items that are holiday fun hijinks, as well as some just random fucked up shit. Because let me tell you, it's piled up. So we thank you all for watching us tonight. And if you missed it, you can always catch the replay on Facebook and YouTube. But as you're putting together your metal list of fuckery, make sure that you stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground. Stay tuned for more from Morgue Rot Entertainment in association with Black Flame Entertainment.